The Matadors love its newest Texas Tech store, offering the official Wreck-'em Tech shirt of the Saddle Tramps. Together, the Matador and the Saddle Tramps are ready to gear you up for Texas Tech football. Buy your Wreck-'em Tech shirt at the Matador for only $15 and feel proud that you are supporting the Saddle Tramps and Texas Tech. Start a new tradition. Stop at the corner and shop the Matador, or shop online at shopthematador.com.
Hi, and welcome to this week's episode of Matador Express. I'm your host, Everett.
And I'm Emma Adams.
Students have returned to campus at Texas Tech for the spring semester, with classes starting this Wednesday, but even while the students were gone over winter break, we had some Tech athletics teams playing. The men's and women's basketball teams were both having games. The men's basketball team played at a tournament in Las Vegas, and they both started Big 12 conference play while we were away on the break. So we're going to talk some about that today. The Lady Raiders are the team that fared better out of the men's and women's basketball teams while students were gone. They won 6 of their 8 matchups, including their first Big 12 win under Coach Candy Whitaker.
On January 4th, they defeated TCU 52-37, which was Whitaker's first Big 12 win. It was also her 100th win as coach. This past Wednesday, they also defeated West Virginia 55-45. What improvements have you seen with this team?
Yeah, I mean, they're still a really young team, but they've got some good leadership. They have Amber Battle back now after she missed those first 8 or so games of the season because of the summer incident at the rec center. So they got her back. She's usually their leading scorer, and she's a great rebounding presence underneath the basket. She's got some long arms, and she's real physical underneath there. And they've also got Kelsey Baker back, who they didn't have last year due to some injuries, and she's just another big presence underneath that they can feed the ball to, and she works real hard underneath the basket to get the ball in the hole. And also they've had some leadership from just a sophomore, Minta Spears, has come in, and right now she's leading the Big 12 in her three-point shooting percentage. I know she went 3 for 3 in this West Virginia game the other day, and so it's really good having that presence behind the arc, that if you get it into Kelsey Baker and Kelsey can't do anything with the ball, she can kick it out to Minta and they can hit a 3. So it's looking a lot better for the Lady Raiders this year. I'm still not sure they're going to be at the top of the Big 12 or anything like that, because they still got some problems to work out and some youth to work through, but Candy seems to have the program on the right track.
Mm-hmm. They're headed to Austin this weekend as they take on the rival Longhorns.
Yeah, the men's basketball team, they didn't do as well as the women's team did over the break. They only won half of their games, winning 5 of 10. They've yet to win a Big 12 matchup after 4 games that they played in the conference. The Red Raiders lost by single digits in 3 of those 4 conference games. They lost to Texas by 9, to West Virginia by 9, and then they only lost to Kansas State by 6 this past Wednesday. But they lost to Kansas on the road by 32 points, so that was kind of a big loss to the number 9 ranked Jayhawks. What's it going to take for them to get a win, do you think, Emma?
I think just experience. They have a great recruiting class right now. Against Kansas State, they started 4 freshmen and a sophomore, which was one of the youngest starting lineups in the nation. They also need to work on their fouling. It's been a huge issue, and it's really hurting them right now.
Yeah, they've got that big presence underneath with Noren Sadiase, but he seems to foul out. He'll get 2 or 3 fouls early in the first quarter, and he doesn't have anything underneath there. Another big problem that they face, with the depth of the Big 12 conference, Tech's the only team in the Big 12 that hasn't been ranked on the AP Top 25 yet this year, so you got some tough competition to go up against there. So hopefully they can get maybe 2 or 3 conference wins throughout this season. While the 2 basketball teams were the only teams playing over the break, we've got the Texas Tech track and field team will kick off their indoor season. While it's still cold outside, they'll play indoors in the athletic training facilities across the nation. They start this weekend with the Texas Tech Open. It's a Friday-Saturday meet. And Coach Wes Kitley, he's got a lot of returners. They won the Big 12 Outdoor Track and Field Championship this past year. He's got a lot of returners. He's got Jacorian Duffield and Bradley Atkins returning on the high jump, who are 2 of the nation's leading high jumpers. You've got Cole Weldon, who's a leading hammer thrower, and he's great at the shot put. So Coach Kitley said he's never really pushed hard for the indoor season, but he thinks this is Tech's year. They've got a really good chance of finishing at the top of the conference and maybe having some kids competing nationally. That's pretty much all we got for this week's episode of Matador Express. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.